Hi, I'm Victoria, and I'm 15. Did you know that my name means winner? It really suited me, because I liked MMA. That's fighting sports, or in other words, mixed martial arts. Girl power. Everyone at practice called me the Queen of the Ring. I was a huge fan of Gina Carano. She was one of the most famous female MMA fighters and even starred in movies. By the way, my friend said I looked a lot like her. What do you think? I had 3 best friends, my dog Champion, that I liked to run with, my friend Julia that I often sparred with, and ta-da, the punching bag in my basement. You know how to take a punch, baby. Unfortunately, my mom didn't share my love for MMA. She worked as an editor-in-chief for a fashion magazine and believed that fragile girls shouldn't take part in something so violent. Mom liked to say that I could easily become a model. She kept trying to make an elegant lady out of me, but I couldn't stand all those girly things like heels and dresses. I was a real rebel. By the way, girls, tell me in the comments down below, do you like acting like princesses or tomboys more? Let's see what's more popular these days. Mom and I had different plans for my future. She saw me on the podium, but I dreamed of a sports career. We often argued about it. One day I got a bruise on my arm after sparring, and my mom almost fainted when she saw it. These martial arts of yours will ruin your looks, and you won't be able to become a model. Ugh, I felt like we were speaking different languages. I kept following my dream no matter how many times we argued, especially since I was the best among the other fighters in our MMA studio. Even though Julia and I were friends, we also never stopped competing. I'm not gonna lie, I was a better martial artist than her. Our coach always chose me when he had to send someone to a competition. However, my friend didn't envy me and always sincerely supported me. I cheered her on as well. Girl power! One day the coach told me that he wanted me to go to a competition in Dallas. Wow, it was a huge championship, and Gina Carano herself was gonna be one of the judges. Of course, I'd long dreamed of going there. However, there was a slight problem. I couldn't go to another city without my mom's permission. How could I convince her to let me go? Then I got an idea and called her. Mom, my birthday is coming up. I don't want a fancy party, just let me go to a competition in Dallas. That would be a perfect gift. She agreed so quickly, I instantly felt suspicious. Mom then asked me to come to her office at the publishing house and help her with something. When I got there, I found out that the model that was supposed to be on the next cover of their magazine hadn't come for the fitting. Mom handed me a dress. Put this on, sweetie. We need to see if it would look good on the cover. I had to agree since I wanted her to sign the permission. My mom's assistants immediately ran up to me and started measuring my body, combing my hair, and doing my makeup. I started sneezing from the powder and perfume. Eduardo, the fashion consultant of the magazine, started enthusiastically clapping. Holy Gucci! Your mom was right! You are stunning! Hey, what's going on? Mom smiled innocently and admitted that she hadn't been entirely honest with me. She tricked me into coming to my first ever photo shoot. What the heck? I lost my temper and snapped at Mom's assistants, threw the dress into the trash, and stormed out of the publishing house. Of course, Mom wasn't happy. We spent the whole evening arguing. She shouted that I'd act like a rude little brat and embarrassed her in front of her colleagues. And then she said that she would never let me go to the competition. You know what? I forbid you from doing MMA. You can't stop me. I will listen to my heart. I slammed the door angrily and went for a run to cool off. Champion went with me as usual. I walked into a sports nutrition store to buy some healthy snacks. While walking between the rows, I realized the security guard was looking at me suspiciously. He was watching me like he thought I was going to steal something. I would have never done that. I paid for the snacks and headed towards the exit. The security guard suddenly called out to me and put his hand on my shoulder. Oh, he shouldn't have done that. I had perfect reflexes, and I was still mad at my mom, so I threw him over my shoulder without hesitation. Only then did I realize what I had done. People crowded around the guy on the floor, and the store owner said that I wasn't allowed to leave and called my mother. She soon arrived, paler than a ghost. She told me that the guard was in the hospital because of what I did. Victoria, you could go to jail for that. What? It was a disaster. Even though it was his own fault for bothering me, I still felt sorry for him. But if I went to jail, I would have to wave goodbye to my sports career. And then Mom said that she had taken care of everything. Her friend was a cop and agreed to put me under house arrest instead. I had no choice but to agree to the punishment. The next morning, a cop came to our place, put a special bracelet on my leg, and warned me that he would be tracking me. If I moved too far away from our porch, the bracelet would warn him I had violated the conditions of the house arrest. If that happened, I would go to prison. See, Victoria, this is serious. I get it. I'll stay here. A new life began for me. I didn't go to school, I had to use Zoom instead. I couldn't go to practice and just use the punching bag in the basement. Luckily, the videos from the private diary channel and Champion saved me from boredom. Well, buddy, where are we going for your walk today? To the kitchen? The attic? Or are we gonna have a picnic in the living room? Sometimes Julia came over after practice. Damn, girl, this sucks. Yeah, see that tree in the yard? If I come up to it, I will be sent to prison. How long is this going to last? I told her that I had to suffer until the 10th of May, and then I realized that was my birthday. I was going to turn 16 that day. That was a weird coincidence. Well, whatever. At least I could still have some time before the competition in Dallas. The next day, for some reason, my mom asked Eduardo over. You have a lovely home. It's so stylish. Oh, you flatterer. My friend from France gave me this picture. By the way, it's very expensive. Amazing! There was something weird about that guy, and then Mom said something that made my eye twitch. Sweetie, Eduardo will be your mentor while you're under house arrest. That's right. Victoria, I will teach you how to pose, walk the podium, and behave in high society. His words made my blood boil. Mom truly didn't know how to take no for an answer. Mom, aren't you forgetting something? What's that? You didn't ask me if I want this or not. All your MMA training did was get you arrested. From now on, young lady, I'll decide what's best for you. Oh yeah? I decided that I would not play by my mother's rules and I would do things my own way. So I started disrupting our classes. When Eduardo asked me to walk in heels, I kept falling on purpose. Oh, I'm so clumsy. When he taught me to pose, I made faces. And one day, my poor mentor showed me how to drink water in polite company. Take small sips. Like this? I opened a can of soda and demonstrated how loudly I could belch. I had a real talent for that. In the end, Eduardo couldn't stand it any longer. I can't work in such conditions. I won't be able to make a lady out of this little brat in time for her birthday. What did that have to do with anything? I looked at my mom. She shrugged and confessed that she had invited her friend Nicholas from France to my birthday party. He's a famous photographer, and if you impress him, the fashion industry will welcome you with open arms. I was so sick of it all. Mom made me feel trapped. I couldn't practice, I couldn't go out, and my mom kept making me do things I had no interest in. I locked myself in my room and buried my face in Champion's fur. He always helped me calm down. I didn't know what I would have done without my shaggy friend. The next morning, Mom woke me up and told me that she was going on a business trip. I may be gone for a few days. I'm trusting you with the house, Victoria. Behave. Behave? Not for the world. I decided to take revenge on my mom and throw a party. If I can't go to a party, then the party should come to me. As soon as Mom left, I sent invitations to all my friends. I was determined to have a good time. I'd had enough of my mom's tricks. There was a new queen in the castle now. A lot of people came over that evening. I saw my friends from the studio and school. At first, everyone was having fun. We danced, played Twister, and ate pizza. This is an awesome party, Vic. I asked my friends not to touch Mom's things or play the music too loudly. However, soon the party started to get out of control. More and more guests kept coming by the minute. Some of them I hadn't invited and didn't recognize. How did they even find out about the party? I know what you're thinking. Champion, it's getting too crowded in here, isn't it? I went out on the porch to get some fresh air and saw that someone had taken my mom's diamond pendant and thrown it on the lawn. I would find out who had done it, and they would be done for. I was about to pick the pendant up, but then I remembered about the bracelet on my leg. The pendant was too far away, so I asked Champion to bring it to me. Well done, good boy! The music in the house was so loud that pictures fell from the walls. Hey, if the neighbors called the police because of the noise, I'll be in trouble. I realized that there was too many people in my house and I couldn't watch over all of them. I got mad and told everyone to leave. The guys from the studio looked at me confused and said that they hadn't done anything wrong, but there was no stopping me. I said, everyone out. Soon enough, everyone had left. Julia was the only one who stayed to help me clean up the mess. Thank you. You're a real friend. Julia was cleaning up in the kitchen when I was in the living room. All of a sudden, I heard a loud, nasty sound. A fire alarm had gone off. Damn it, that was the cherry on top of everything else. I was about to hurry outside, but as I ran past the kitchen, I saw something strange. Julia was hurriedly closing the alarm panel. Had she turned the alarm on purpose? Jules, why did you do that? Did you want me to panic and run outside? You know I could get arrested if I went too far from home. And then I realized she was the one who ruined the evening. She knew I couldn't go any further than the tree, and that's where she put my mother's pendant. Julia must have been the one who invited so many people as well. She smirked and didn't deny anything. I wanted you to go to prison, then I would have gone to the competition in Dallas. I'm sick of always being second best. I hadn't expected such a betrayal. I didn't even want to shout at Julia. I was too disappointed. So I just pointed at the door and said I didn't want to see her anymore. I was in a terrible mood and wanted to hug Champion again. But then I realized I hadn't seen him in a while. I searched the whole house, but I couldn't find him anywhere. Oh no, he must have run out into the street. I was really scared. Champion was my only friend, and I couldn't let him get lost. What was I supposed to do? I had no one to ask for help. I clenched my fists and decided I had to find my dog, even if I would be sent to prison for it. I ran out of the house and started looking for Champion. My heart was pounding like crazy. Soon I saw him at the sports nutrition store. Hallelujah! You really scared me, buddy. I hugged him and suddenly saw that security guard. He was standing at the entrance like nothing had happened and looked perfectly healthy. I came up to him and tried to figure out what was going on. I thought he was still recovering in the hospital. No, it wasn't that bad. I didn't even need to see a doctor. How is that possible? The cops even put a bracelet on my leg as punishment. He looked at my bracelet and chuckled. It's not real. There's supposed to be a light on the bracelet. What? Had Mom tricked me again? I called her and demanded an explanation. Yes, I lied and asked my cop friend for help. I didn't know what else to do to make you stay at home. I'm already on my way back. We'll discuss everything soon. I'd had enough of her lies. I went home with Champion and decided I would make my mother wish she hadn't crossed me. But as soon as I came home, I realized that someone was already inside. I heard voices in the living room, so I hid and managed to hear something. Wow, you were right. We're going to be rich. The woman that lives here is on a business trip. Her bratty daughter is around, but she won't be able to stop us. Let's grab everything of value. Don't forget that lovely picture over there. The second voice sounded familiar to me. I looked into the room and saw Eduardo and some other guy putting our stuff in a bag. That vile worm. Had he found out that Mom had left and come over with an accomplice? That was it. It was time for me to go ballistic. I decided to show those bastards that they had broken into the wrong house. Hey, this is your only warning. I had a really bad day. Oh, I'm so scared. What are you going to do, huh? Guys, keep an eye on Champion while I'm teaching those two a lesson, okay? That's it. I dealt with the criminals, locked them in our pantry and called the cops. They arrived quickly and Mom came soon after them. I was only gone for a day. Victoria, what did you do? Your daughter is actually a hero. She stopped 2 intruders all by herself. I expected Mom to roll her eyes again and say that ladies weren't supposed to act like that, but her reaction surprised me. Mom suddenly threw her arms around me. Oh, sweetie, you're so brave. I'm sorry I tried to change you. Now I see that fighting is your calling. We had a heart-to-heart, and Mom finally let me follow my dream. Soon I turned 16, and Mom gave me a new uniform as a gift, and finally let me go to the competition. Wow. Dallas, I'm coming. A man I didn't recognize came to my birthday party. It was my mother's friend, Nicholas. Since Mom agreed to compromise, I decided to at least talk to the famous photographer. But I told him from the get-go that I didn't want to pose in a dress. Victoria, that's not the only option. You could be a great sports model. I like the idea. After all, my idol Gina Carano was a fighter and a model too. Soon I starred in a sportswear commercial. Check it out. I hope my story will inspire you to follow your dream and be brave. Please press like and we'll see you soon.